Hey, Tony Jaxn here. Hey, listen. One of my clients sent me a video of Derrick Jaxn ex. I think it's ex-wife or ex-fiance. And she did an interview, and I get it, having that space and being able to talk and wanting to talk. My wife, she said something to me before. She said, if anything ever happened with us where we don't work out, she was like, I would never bash you in public. I'd never speak on you in public. Like, I'll move on with my life. And it's something about love when you feel it for somebody. It's kind of, it'll be hard to speak on it afterward. So it take a lot to get out there and speak on that. But I think what's happening though, what the interviewer who interviewing her and whoever else interview her, they don't realize how dangerous that is. Cause you gotta understand, what they don't understand how dangerous that is for her. That they could end up getting that woman killed. Because you got to really think about this, and you got to really understand the type of man this woman was dealing with. Think about this now, because I'm in position, and a smaller position than what he was in, because he did a lot of clout chasing. Every celebrity situation, he mentioned them by name. He did whole dissertations on them as if he was living a perfect life. He was throwing rocks in a glass house. And so you got to understand that for a person to talk as much as he talked, as loud as he talked, and to do what he did, that's one of the sickest and scariest individuals on the face of the earth. Like, and this what you got to realize. Somebody like that loves power and attention. And what that young lady is doing, she confronting a demon in the physical. She literally trying to confront a demon in the physical. And what you have to realize is that you can't confront spiritual principalities in the physical. You have to confront it spiritually. So the fact that she out and she's speaking on Buddy, if what she's saying go to really getting him ripped apart all over again, harm could be sent her way. Now, she could be in a state to where she might not care because of how low that relationship took her. And I don't know if she had children or not, but to be honest with you, it ain't even a cause worth fighting for, because you just talking about a no good man that we already know about. So it really ain't even a purposeful cause, not something to risk your life. Because when a man that attention hungry and he that power hungry to the point that he will take a platform and abuse a platform in that way, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Like, see, I don't think y'all understand. Like, I'm in that position. I could do what Buddy did. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna help you understand something. There is not one woman in my DMs coming on to me. Men do not believe that. And when I tell women that, a lot of women don't believe that. But God be my witness. There is not one woman in my DMs coming on to me. So you know what that let me know? Is women want and need hope. Women want and need to see that there are good black men, that these women are not coming on to me because they're saying, hey, we finally have a man who is talking right and living right and doing right. Let's support him, let's applaud him, and let's not get in his way. So do you know what that let me know? That let me know that Buddy had to go out of his way. Buddy had to go out of his way to get them women on their back. Because it's really not women who gonna be anywhere near classy that's gonna put themselves out there. Women write me all the time, but none of it is forward. None of it is coming on to me. They write me for advice. They write me and comment on a picture that I posted, me and my wife. Yes, bless, yes, amen, y'all look good together. It's stuff like that. But there are no women coming on to me saying, hey, I think you this and that. And I know a lot of time marriage ain't what it cracked up to be. And if you ever feel like leaving or like you done or you not being treated right, I want you to know that I really like you and where your mind at. I don't see no message like that. And the times I have seen it, in the 15 plus years I've been doing them, I count on one hand. And to be honest with you, one of the times was a guy that came at me sexually, had me throwing up in my mouth. But as far as women, I could count on one hand. One hand. And the two that pop into my mind just off the top of my head, they was sex workers. Like, they wasn't just regular everyday women. They work in the industry selling their body. And I remember, and I didn't even catch it for the one. The lady was like, I would love to support you in other ways. And I was like, no, retweets is totally fine. And then she wrote back, wow, that was the nicest turn down I've ever received. I was like, wow. Then it hit me like, oh, she was coming on to me. I thought she meant like she'll love to like send me some money or work for me or something like that. I ain't know she meant sexual. I'm like, whoa. But I tell you, that was over a decade ago. So, and I don't know if it could be God having a hedge of protection around me. And being that he did not work for God and he was not interested in working for God, maybe he didn't have a hedge of protection around him. And so it was fair game. But even with that, every man is tempted, especially those of us who working for God. The devil want us more than the ones he already got. So I'm here to tell you, like, now, that young lady talking, that's the rabbit got the gun. So what happened when the rabbit got the gun? Yeah, he could shoot. Yeah, the rabbit got a gun, the rabbit could shoot, but guess what? That just means the hunter gonna bring bigger gun. So I'm trying to tell you that what that young lady doing, she dealing with a different type of monster. She ain't dealing with no regular man who went out and cheated. For a man to build a brand on clowning, bashing, and talking bad about other men, and then go be and do the very man that he talking bad about, go be the same way, that is a different type of individual. That is not a normal person. I am here to tell you. So what I'm telling y'all is y'all got to pray for that sister. Y'all got to pray for that sister. And the reason why I'm even doing this video is just in case, so Buddy could see this and know that I'm already on to it. And see, the thing about it is you don't have to be of it to be able to see it and understand it. When you operate in the spiritual realm, you understand how spirits move. Because God show you the good and the bad, the righteous and the evil. God show you, so I could already know that type of spirit will try to conquer physically what it cannot conquer spiritually. So you got to realize that woman done already went through psychological and spiritual warfare, and she still ain't being quiet. So if you can't psychologically manipulate and control an individual, and your ego is so big to the point that you want to build yourself and be put on a pedestal and to be praised and to be admired and revered and pedestalized, and anything that come in the way of that, you will destroy it. It take a lot though. It take a lot. But listen to me, that would be a crime of passion. Like just seeing this will have buddy blood boiling, but he'll also understand and realize like that if an evil spirit come for a pure spirit, a good spirit, that good spirit got other weapons, and it's more than just physical. So he'll already be aware of that, or somebody like me, and he'll already be aware that he'll be done met his match. But when it's a woman, and it's somebody that you done had passion with, somebody you done had quote unquote love with, wasn't love though, dominatrix, lust, it's crazy how that worked. It's crazy how that worked. How that right there made her feel inadequate, and she started trying to put on and serve and do more to win. And that's wild. That's wild, I'm telling you. Like and when I say it, I ain't saying a derogatory negative way towards her. I'm just helping you understand how deep that is. But you know what? It's more common than we think. It's more common than we think. That's happening every day in relationships. It's happening every day where somebody's getting cheated on, and then they doing more, trying to be enough for the person who cheated on them. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. That thing dangerous, you hear me? That thing is dangerous, I'm telling you. So you got to be mindful of that. Y'all got to be careful with that. You know, be careful with that situation, because the wrong thing gets said, that young lady could end up paying a grave price. And she might not fear, she might not worry, she might not care. But what you have to understand about spiritual warfare is it's not even about her. It ain't even about her. If something was to happen to her, God forbid, that would be a victory for the devil against millions or tens of thousands of other victims who are ready and thinking about speaking up. But see what happened? Ready and thinking about leaving, ready and thinking about speaking up, and see what happened? And then end up changing their mind and saying, no, I don't want what she went through. And it might not be all the way life gone, but it'd be like, no, I don't want what happened with her to happen to me. Let me hush. Let me hush. And just stay and just deal with it. It ain't worth staying. It ain't worth staying. Definitely something you ought to leave. But I'm gonna tell you something else. And see, that's what a lot of these people don't, because they so worried about clicks, and they so worried about going viral. that they don't even thinking about the repercussions of what could happen to that woman for having that platform and for getting on that platform. They might not even be processing it. So it's like this right here. If she in your city, and you do security, she might not be able to afford it. Give her free security. Give her free security, and just the hours that you do security for her, count it as your tithes and offering. Count it as your tithes and offering, and just let it be something to where you say, okay, boom, my tithes is supposed to be $100 a week. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 hours of security. Tell everybody else you know too. Hey, sow some time, because you got to realize women today losing their life for far less than that. Losing their life for far less. It's dangerous out here. And so you got to know what you're in for and what could happen when we get into that type of stuff. But hey, this Tony Jaxn, just getting home from my business partner birthday dinner. God bless y'all. We'll talk soon.